poets who stayed. I'll read a little bit from, God, this is where you do the plug thing, from Breakfast with Tom Gunn, and then I'll read a little bit from Complaint in the Garden, and then I'll stop, because I'm not going to go over. This poem is called Election Day, and it was around the time of Election Day here in San Francisco in 2002. Election Day. God isn't art. Early in the century, he's pragmatism. I need him in this little city by the sea. The day does its melancholy thing. I come home, watch pornography, fast forward the scenes in which a friend, back in his methamphetamine years, has unrepeatable things done to him. On the street, a bag of paranoia costs less than a moderately priced meal out. I'll stay in. Tired of the age of irony, everything a gesture. Tired of the word gesture. The day ends as the world will end. 11 o'clock news, our charmingly corrupt mayor incredulous, and a beautiful shot of uncounted ballots floating in the bay. My lip balm. No queen leaves the house without a lip balm. So I became obsessed with this John Ashbery line from a very early poem of his, about 10 years ago now. Jeez Louise. And I just kept coming back to it, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I just stole it and put it in a poem. And it's the first line of the poem, and the poem is called, perhaps not too cunningly, Poem Beginning with a Line by John Ashbery. Poem beginning with the line by John Ashbery. Jealousy. Whispered weather reports. The lure of the land so strong it prompts gossip. We chatter like small birds at the edge of the ocean, gray, foaming. Now sand under sand hides the buried world, the one in which our fathers failed. The palm frond, a dangerous truth they once believed and touched, bloodied their hands. They once believed and touched, bloodied their hands. The palm frond, a dangerous truth. The buried world, the one in which our fathers failed. Now sand under sand hides at the edge of the ocean, gray, foaming gossip. We chatter like small birds. The lure of the land, so strong, it prompts jealousy, whispered weather reports. So, I grew up in Florida. Cockroach. You may not remember me. I lived in Sand Lake Hills, where there was sand, but no lake, no hills. I lived in half-truths. I was gated. I played with my Anne Sexton action figures. I played adolescence. Nothing came between me and my Calvins, not really. And I was gay for pay, not really. I was the kid in Randall video with a taste for gangbangs. Is it all coming back to you now, like a chalkboard song? I was the canvasser in front of Walgreens, the one you almost never avoided. I was Mr. Roboto, thank you very much. I was another punch card at the computer center. I was Code, a cloud of Drakkar Noir in the Shady Oak Small Men's Room. I was a hangnail, the garnish in your cocktail. I was your cockroach in Orlando, the one who crawled on you at night. So, I guess keeping with the Florida theme, I went to college in Gainesville, Florida, and I went to this bar called the University Club, and there was this house queen named the Lady Pearl, and she was like bigger than life, and had this fiery red hair, and was just like a big old mess. So I love how other references were so literary. I'm like, the drag queen with the big red hair. That's like the reference you need to know for my work. So, the fall of 1992. An empire of moss, dead yellow, and carapace. That was the season of gnats, amyl nitrate, and goddamn rain. Of the gator in the fake lake, rolling his silverish eyes. Of vice, of erotica, give it up and let me have my way. And the gin-soaked dread that an acronym was festering inside. Love was a doorknob statement, a breakneck goodbye, and the walk of shame without shame, the hair disheveled, curl of cools, and desolate birds like ampersands. I redid my face in the bar bathroom above the urinal trough. I liked it rough. From behind the stall, Lady Pearl slurred the words, "Don't hold out for love." She was a fun one. Definitely keeping an eye on the time. Don't want to hold you guys hostage. So I won't do any more. This poem, the only reference you need to know, I wish it were literary, is Hustler White is this super gay movie about Bruce Lee. Sorry. Stand true to who I am. Write what I know. Teaser. Making love is the most disconcerting phrase. Just deflect those scare quotes with the butter knife. Just look at the sunset, like a tryst with a realtor. The downturn says, now's a good time to hurt. So where's my Mr. Ward in Hustler White, my dead piece in sheer pants, floating in an LA jacuzzi? If this were the 80s, they would throw an Uzi in. If this were the 70s, Two-Fisted Love by Phoebe Snow. Are you for sale? You know you're my boyfriend now. This is the life, the floating Cuervo bottle-like credibility, classic staging. This has been a dream of mine, a handful of your shaved nuts, which shows a sense of danger, dry heat evenings, and a nod to Kenneth Anger. We will always live in this jacuzzi. We will order up a better version of you to tease out metaphors in the night's mincing poet voice. Look at us. We're smarter than our hair. No choice. Now let me stick this little strip of duct tape on your lips. Gossip, like mercy, gets us nowhere. Two more. Larkin Street. Her shade surprised me. The leather lark in the night train dark of Polk Gulch. Her arched face like a 30-day clock on its last tick-tock. I should talk. To think I got faux-hawked for this. And waxed my strip of anger for a fresh bent, for maybe militainment. There goes the parade of turkey boas and blowback, of aquanet and tight cuts. In hanky code, gray means I'm fit to be tied. Where does it all end? Your shorts. I duck in a dirty bookstore for sport, look for friends on smut boxes, for one neon word, arcade, such fun, for a fee. When we're through, I'm carving a nick in your snail trail. That's the poem. I am so sick of pretending to be me. Finally, I wrote this last poem after going through Mercury in retrograde. I don't know what the fuck that means, but apparently everything goes wrong. So. I did it too. I know it's true for me, it was a total nightmare. Just ask Susan. To Mercury in retrograde. This ointment isn't helping. This clinic isn't free. The nurse's favorite movie is Penitentiary 3. I walk around in Crocs. The wild parrots attack. When all my gadgets fail, I move to Radio Shack. A twirler on the pier shows me how to juggle. He immolates himself before he asks to snuggle. My wife's a dirty hole. My husband is the shovel. And verse is not enough. I'm working on a novel. I bought a tanning bed. My surface wounds are fresh. My corner smells of hunger and slathered, burning flesh.